Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fired Up Friday. So, about a week ago or so, Jim Thomas won a giveaway from Ron T. Sawyer. And one of the gifts in that giveaway prize was a fire piston. And Jim, who's been making fires for probably 60 years, opens up the package, takes it out, bam, slams it, gets an ember immediately, and starts a fire. So, Jim obviously knows how to use a fire piston. But I know that when I use a fire piston, I get a bunch of comments that people say they can't get an ember or it's very inconsistent. My whole adventure with fire pistons started when I saw a video by ClickSpring, and the guy made a fire piston. It was beautiful, out of brass, it had compartments in it, the whole bit. Just an absolutely awesome fire piston. And he actually sells them. They're not too bad. I think they're around 80 bucks. But there are a lot of cheap fire pistons for sale. You go on Amazon, eBay, you'll find them all over the place. A lot of homemade versions out there on YouTube. I happen to make my own, but some of them, the instructions will tell you to slam them. The ClickSpring, the way I first learned it was just to do with your hands. So when I built mine, I didn't build a big giant one that's robust enough to slam it, okay? So I learned how to do it, with my hands. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've learned to consistently get an ember with a fire piston. And I'm going to put this out there. If I had to have, take a fire piston with me to be my go-to to make a fire, I wouldn't. All right, so I got a little glare with some sunshine here. Hopefully you can see everything. So, you may have seen the other one I had in the wax canvas kit. That one has a bottom that comes off. This one doesn't. So this is the first one I made. And this is a 1/2 inch aluminum cylinder that has a whole board in it. And then the piston is a 1/4 inch with a hole drilled on the end. Okay, so some key things, all right? You want to make sure that your cylinder is clean. So just get yourself a little piece of t-shirt material, get a skewer, put it on there, feed it down in there, twist it, get it all the way to the bottom, and clean it out. This one's relatively clean. But after you use them for a while, you'll see this will come out black. So you know you got your cylinder clean, okay? Make sure that your piston is clean. And you may be saying, oh, you're wiping all the lubricant off. Yes, I am at this point, okay? We're just cleaning everything up. All right? Next, you want to get your petroleum jelly or whatever lubricant you happen to be using. I find that petroleum jelly is the best. And you want to make sure that you put a bunch of it right on that O-ring, okay? Get it all in there. All right, so now the premise on how this works is you're forcing this piston in here at such a high rate of speed. There's calculations out there, they tell you how fast and how hot it gets, but basically it's working like a diesel engine, okay? When it reaches the bottom of its stroke, the air is going to compress so fast that it's going to ignite your char cloth in here, okay? So some of the things that you need to be aware of is the bottom of this piston cannot bottom out. If it bottoms out and it hits the bottom here, there's no room for the air to actually ignite, okay? And the other thing I see a lot of folks doing wrong, or for lack of a better term, I'm going to say doing it wrong, is once they hit that downstroke, they very casually pull it out. You have to be quick, okay? Because if your char ignites and you casually pull it out, you're starving it of oxygen, and by the time you pull it out, there's not going to be an ember there, okay? So it's fast in, fast out, all right? So another thing you want to test before you even try to make an ember, put it in your cylinder, okay? Press on it. You have to feel resistance. If you don't feel resistance, okay, and that slides all the way in, it's not going to work, okay? That means you don't have a good seal. All right, so those are the basic parts and how it works, okay? So again, don't be stingy with this. Bones, I'm yapping again. All right. So we got this lubed up. Let's put this away. And in here, I have some chalk cloth. What I'm going to do actually is, because my camera for some reason only films for 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm just going to reset this. Alright, you probably didn't even notice that reset. Alright, so now we know the fire piston is clean inside the cylinder. We have our piston lubed, okay? Of course I got a little piece of palm husk here. And again, like I always say, even with flint and steel, you don't want to be stingy with your char cloth, okay? Because you're only making a little tiny ember. So don't be stingy. Got a little breeze going on here. So get a little piece of char cloth. Try not to handle it too much, because you're going to have oils and perspiration in your fingertips, and you don't want to get that moist. Okay. So now we got that. Slip that in there, and again, you're going to want to do this fast. Okay, so see the way I have it positioned in my hand? I'm going to make one swift move and then one swift move in and out. Okay, I'm not going to slam it. You ready? That's all it takes. Now we're going to transfer this. Sometimes I like to just hold it here. And we have that lit. And I'm going to just put this out for a second. Okay. There she goes. We're going to hold on to it this time. AK, no fire blowing all over the place. And that can be done with grasses. That can be done with pine needles, like Chief Kirk uses. Chief Kirk, where are you, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. He uses shredded paper. You know, you don't have to have palm husks. You could use birch bark, fat wood, whatever. Just make sure you're not stingy with your char cloth. All right, let me get rid of that. Woo! Oh, landed on me toes. All right. So now, I still have some char cloth in there. It's a little burnt up, but let's see if it's even enough to make 2 embers out of 1. You ready for this? Nah, it's too charred and pressed down. But we'll give it another fresh piece so you can see it. And again, I like to lube this up every single time that I use it. And if you have one that has like a seal on the bottom that you could open it up down here, lube that also. This one really, this is just so it doesn't slam aluminum against aluminum. I just added that. All right. Here we go. And again, you don't get it every single time. Whoa, I slipped. It's a smoking. Again, you know, it's just practice. Let me snuff it out. Now let me show you what's inside of this thing. Where's that little piece of cloth? It went flying on me. And where'd you go, cloth? It's white. You'd think I'd be able to see it. Oh, I think it's underneath this. No. Oh, it totally disappeared. Wow. Let's try a little piece of tissue. I don't like using paper towel or tissue, because there's a potential it could get stuck in there. But since I don't have any clue where that piece of t-shirt went, we'll use this. See all that? That's a mixture of the ash, the chalk cloth, and Vaseline, okay? So again, it's a piston, right? So just like in your car, you want it to be clean so it runs good. All right. All right, here we go. I know you probably can't see the glow, but I'm pretty sure you saw the smoke coming off of there. Now, if I don't mess it up too bad, I could probably get it lit twice. Okay, so now it's out. That's twice with the same cloth. And we'll go for 3 times. We'll see if it works. See why, like, I just put it in very, very little amount, and it snuffs it out, okay? So that's why you got to pull it out quick. So that same little tiny piece of char cloth, I ignited 3 times. Yeah, now it's getting a little charred on the end there. Think we could do it 4 times, or is it spent? It's probably spent. Oh no, look at that. The same little piece lit up 4 times. So there you have it. Again, this, like anything else, it takes practice. But it's also very frustrating. Oh, my phone's gonna die again. Hold on. This camera is like 25 years old. But like I was saying, the fire piston, once you know the basics and you get your technique down, it's pretty reliable. I mean, I've done, oh gosh, I don't even know how many in a row that I did just messing around with it. But it didn't happen overnight, you know. It took quite a while to get this to work perfectly, get my technique down, because I first started with the slamming. I would get it sometimes I wouldn't. Again, I find this, you know, to be just a novelty. It's definitely not something that I would, you know, depend on. Too many variables. You know, I carry extra O-rings in here because, you know, O-rings could go bad and you need that perfect seal. So, but there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully, if you have a fire piston, you'll decide to take it out and give it a whirl, and try the, you know, the hand method. Once you get it, I mean, you saw, was it the second attempt or whatever? You know, it slipped out of my hand. It didn't light the first time. You know, it's just, it is what it is. But once you get it and you sit there and you practice, you know, you should be able to light an ember in there 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I mean? So again, quick in, quick out. All right, everyone. Well, there you have it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. You know I'm going to say it. I'm sending you all much, much love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. Go get your fire pistons. Have fun. Be safe. And I'll see you on the next one.